The Battle of Alesia, when the eagle met the oak. An epic retelling of the fall of Gaul and the rise of Caesar. In the waning warmth of 52 BC, as autumn's chill crept across the emerald hills of Gaul, the fate of two civilizations stood on a knife's edge. To the north, proud Gallic tribes, wild and woven with honor, rallied behind a charismatic chieftain named Vercingetorix, a man whose very name seemed to rattle with rebellion. And to the south, bearing the banner of a blood-stained republic, stood Gaius Julius Caesar, general, governor, gambler of empires. This was not just a war for land. This was a war for legacy, a clash of cultures, of oak and eagle, of freedom and fate. Vercingetorix, tall and iron-eyed, emerged from the Arverni like a storm in the mountains. He united fractious Gallic tribes with fierce charisma and fire-forged ideals. He was not merely a warrior, but a weaver of dreams, a vision of a Gaul not chained to Rome's hunger. Across the Rubicon, or rather before crossing it, Caesar had a different dream, a dream gilded in glory and greatness. The Gallic Wars, begun in 58 BC, had granted him gold, glory, and the loyalty of legions. But it was never enough. Rome was watching, rivals were whispering, and Caesar knew a final, fatal victory was needed. A moment so magnificent it would silence the Senate and secure his seat in history. The moment came at Alesia, a fortress set atop a steep-sided hill in the heart of Gaul. Vercingetorix and 80,000 warriors withdrew there, believing the rugged terrain would protect them. But Caesar was not a man who fought the land. He fought with it. When Vercingetorix withdrew to Alesia, he chose high ground, natural walls, steep ridges, defensible and divine. He believed he could wait Caesar out, but Caesar never attacked where you expected. Instead, he began to build. What emerged was something ancient yet utterly new, a wall around a city, and then, astonishingly, another wall around his own army, encircling both his enemy and himself. 23 miles of trench, stake, rampart, and ditch, built by hand, under pressure, with winter coming. Inside, Vercingetorix waited. Outside, Gaul rallied, a massive relief force, hundreds of thousands strong. And between them stood Caesar, standing not on solid ground, but on his soldiers' loyalty and his own belief that no one outthinks him. He would be right, or he would be erased. Inside Alesia, hunger howled. Outside, 250,000 Gallic reinforcements marched. Caesar was trapped between two armies, but so were they. He held the heart, and hearts, when pressed, beat wild and furious. For days, chaos reigned. The Gallic relief force struck in waves, thunderous cavalry charges, night assaults, flaming arrows, screams that split the stars. Vercingetorix from his hilltop throne watched, hoping to break the Roman ring from within. But Caesar had bred his men in the fires of discipline. They fought like phalanxes of purpose, towers of will. When a breach opened, Caesar himself, cloak crimson, eyes coal bright, rode to the front, rallying his soldiers with the wrath of Rome. On the final day, the Gauls found a weakness. They surged at the western wall with unmatched fury. Roman lines wavered, panic pulsed. But Caesar, ever the orchestrator of outcomes, unleashed his cavalry from behind. Like hounds let loose, they swept the Gauls from the field. Blood bathed the grass. The siege held. The noose tightened. With no food, no hope, and no help, Vercingetorix made a choice that would echo through eternity. He mounted his horse, donned his finest armor, and rode down to Caesar's camp. In silence, before the Roman general, he dismounted, removed his sword, and laid it at Caesar's feet. Then, wordlessly, he sat, a proud prince in chains. The gesture was grand, the symbol searing. Gaul had fallen, not just to swords, but to strategy. The Battle of Alesia broke the Gallic spirit. Tribe after tribe bent the knee. Gaul became a Roman province, its culture slowly swallowed by the tides of Latin, law, and legion. For Caesar, it was the crown jewel of his conquest. In Rome, his enemies fumed, but the people roared. He was hailed as Imperator, offered a triumph, and soon, civil war. For the glory of Alesia set fire to the future. It made Caesar too powerful to ignore. In the shadow of Alesia, the republic would crumble, and an empire would rise. 2 men, 2 visions, 1 hill. The eagle soared, the oak snapped, but in the echoes of Alesia, they were both immortal. For in the annals of history, it is not merely the victors who are remembered, but those who dared to defy them. Alesia, where one world ended and another began, with a silence and a soul.